I'd like to welcome everybody back to Addict Thoughts Entertainment. It's been a little minute since my last video. Thank you for all the love and support that everybody been showing out there. Those of you that have subscribed, those of you that have been viewing and watching the videos, I'm hoping that it's helped. I've got several emails and comments that, the videos are helping and they like the videos. So I'm really excited for that. Today I'm going to talk about the stages of change, and we might hear about those things throughout our recovery process, but today I'm going to discuss my stages of change. So my stages of change are, the first is denial, and us alcoholics and addicts, we live in a certain amount of denial throughout our addiction. I had a love affair with my addiction. I absolutely loved alcohol, and I never seen myself breaking up with it, if you will. I always seen myself as I was going to die an alcoholic. My dad died an alcoholic, and I felt like Lieutenant Dan, that I was going to die an alcoholic in the battlefield. I never knew there was a way to recover. So I lived in that denial state that I was going to be an alcoholic. I was destined to be an alcoholic for my entire life. And I also wanted to blame everything else for my drinking and drug use. If the wife would just shut up, I wouldn't have to drink a 12-pack a night. If the kids would behave, I wouldn't have to go smoke the weed in the garage. If the dog wouldn't piss his shit on the floor, I wouldn't have to do those lines of cocaine. So I always blamed everything else for my use. I never wanted to think that the alcohol and drugs was my problem. So therefore, I lived in that world of denial, that everything else was the problem. I also tried to gain some sort of self-worth through outside sources. I tried the big house. I tried the beautiful wife. I tried to have kids that would change me. I tried to do all those things, and looking for interior happiness was exterior motives. I would always do those things. Money never made me happy. The big house never made me happy. The fancy car never made me happy. The beautiful wife never made me happy. The kids couldn't make me happy because I wasn't happy with myself. There was an internal void that I was trying to fill with external solutions, and I would drink and drug and pour these things on top of it, trying to fill that void, and it never helped. I was still always left with me at the end of the day. That empty shell, that empty feeling, that low self-esteem, that low self-worth. So I lived in that world of denial. It wasn't until my last time in treatment that I had hit my bottom this time. Different bottom, but it was as low as I had went. And I had to learn that I had to accept that I'm an alcoholic and an addict. Now, there's a difference between admitting and accepting. I had admitted it for years, right? I had admitted it. I'd be in the bar drinking with the buddies and be like, man, you better slow down. You're an alcoholic. So what? Yeah, I'm an alcoholic. What's wrong with that? So I had no problem admitting it. I just never accepted it. And that was the difference this time. I had to accept that I'm an alcoholic and an addict, and that the substances were my solution to my problem. It wasn't my problem. And this is very key because it's something that I never understood before, that I was the problem. I had a thoughts, an attitude, and a behavior problem. And my solution was the drugs and alcohol. So once I accepted that and came to that full acceptance that this is who I am, and if I don't change those three things, my thoughts, my attitudes, and behaviors, I'm going to continue to be an alcoholic and drug addict. And I'm going to die this way. And at this point in my life, I didn't want to die anymore. I wanted to live. I didn't know how, but I wanted to live. So when I got the acceptance, I was able to move to the third stage of change, which is surrender. Now, when you think of surrender, you wave the white flag and I'm done and it's over. And that was it. I was done. But surrender means much more than that. See, we can say we're done all we want, and I've heard it many times. But as a matter of fact, in my addiction, I'd be laying on the toilet, throwing up from just a hangover and head pounding, and I'd be laying on the toilet, and I'd be like, God, just let me get through this night, and I promise you I'm done. That's it. It's over. I'd be laying in that jail cell. Lord, please, just get me out of this, please, and I'm done. I promise you, that's it. I'm never doing it again. Only to wake up that next morning and do it again. So surrender means much more than just saying you're done. Surrender means that you have to be willingness to take suggestions. Something I never was able to do before. See, I know it all. I know it all. I know what's going on with me. I know my life. You ain't like me. I'm different than you. You have a problem. I never have a problem. But once I realized and accepted that, yes, the problem is me. I do have a problem. It's me. That's the solution. Now what do? How do I get to that? I have to have some willingness to take suggestions and to take those suggestions and follow through. Because if I'm honest with myself, I don't know what's wrong with me. I don't know how to live life. My best thinking got me sitting in treatment, in jail, divorced, loss of job, loss of money, lost cars, homelessness. That's what my best thinking gets me. So I got to be able to take suggestions on how I should conduct life or run some things by some support people that let me know, James, you're crazy. Slow down. Not right now. Once I'm able to take suggestions, I'm able to move forward into the last stage of change, and that's recovery. Recovery can look many different ways for each individual. My route was a 12-step route. But that's not the only way to recover. There's many ways to recover. Whatever keeps you clean and sober, a bottle out of your mouth, a needle out of your arm, a pill away from you, a joint thrown in, whatever keeps you sober. And you work the program daily. Many people use meditation and yoga and corporate prayer or, God in their life or, like I said, the 12-step route. Whatever keeps you sober, I'm all for it. But when you get into your recovery plan, you have to do something daily for your recovery. I don't know about y'all, but I was an alcoholic and addict that drank and used every day. So I need something for my recovery and better myself every single day. And that's where a lot of people falter. See, we're willing to do whatever it takes to get high. You tell me the guy got the fire over there at Speedway, and I never met him. I'm running right up to him, and I'm saying, hey, man, you got that? I need it. But I won't go into a meeting and ask a person to be a sponsor who could potentially save my life. I'll get drunk and high and run up and be the life of the party. I'll be in there whipping and doing it all up. But when I ask you to go to a meeting, you all of a sudden got social anxiety. We don't want to do the things that will save our life. But when it comes to drugs and alcohol, we'll do anything by any means necessary to get that one more. So the stages of change, if you find yourself in one of these stages, denial, acceptance, surrender, recovery, as long as you're in recovery, the other three are there. But if you find yourself slipping back or relapse, check if you're in denial. See if you fully accept that you're an alcoholic or a drug addict. And make sure you fully surrender. If you've relapsed, you've gone back into one of these three stages. I'm James, alcoholic and addict. Thank you for listening. Addict Thoughts Entertainment.